Okay, so guys, this is episode number 7. Okay. We have already completed 6 episodes by far, and we're gonna move on to and transition to the 7th episode. Okay. In this episode, I'm gonna be covering uh uh like how to calculate the distance in pips. Okay. First of all, in our previous episode, we learned how to measure the price movement. Okay. How are the price movements are measured? Okay. And we also learned how to convert pips to points and points to pips. In this video and in this session, particularly, we're gonna be learning about how to measure price movements in pips. Okay, how to actually measure it. Okay, so here we're gonna consider 3 examples, and I'm gonna give you a generalized formula. Okay, and after that you just need to review it and get a concept out of it, right? So here our first example is GBP USD. First of all, I need to give you the general formula. Okay, right, as we know that for all major, minor, and exotic pairs, okay, for all major exotic pairs, okay, except, all right. So for all major, minor, and exotic pairs, except JPY pairs, okay, the pip value is 0.0001, okay, 4 decimal places. Similarly, for all, I'm gonna just copy it. Oh, I think I need to write it down again. Okay, so we know that for all major, minor, and exotic forest pairs, except JPY pairs, the pip value is equals to 0.0001. Okay, and for all JPY pairs, the pip value is equals to 0.01. And for commodity pairs, the pip value is 0.01. Now we have to determine the multiplier for each of these cases. Okay. So we need to determine the multiplier. Okay. So how to find the multiplier of these cases? Okay. All right. So we need to determine the multiplier. This is the first step. Okay. Multiplier. Okay, so how we can determine the multiplier of these situations? So first of all, we have to finish this decimal places, and when we need to finish this decimal places, and what do I mean to say that uh, we need to make this decimal place into a whole number. What should I do? I will move this decimal place to one place, second place. Okay, I think I need to do it again here, and so our first value is 0 0.0001. Okay, and I need to make it 1. Okay, I need to make it 1. How can I make this 0.001 into 1? Okay, what is the formula? I can multiply it by 10,000. Okay, when I multiply it by 10,000, it will transform to 1. So the multiplier here is how 10,000. Okay, how about the multiplier here? I need to transform 0.01 to 1. Okay, what should I multiply to make it 1? Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna write down the multiplier. So I'm gonna multiply it by 100 and it will transform to 1. So the multiplier here would be 100. Okay, all right. For commodity pairs, okay, the multiplier would be uh, also 100. Why? Because 0.01 multiplied by 100 equals to 1. So what we need to do in order to figure out the multiplier, we have to we have to uh, we have to transform this value into 1, and what we need to multiply with this figure to make it 1, this is known as multiplier. So after figuring out the multiplier, okay, we need to go to the next step now. Now these steps and calculations are required to calculate or to calculate the pips. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna do it now, and I gonna write down the formula now. Final value. Okay, so final price minus initial price Okay, so for all commodity pairs, this is the formula. Final price minus initial price multiplied by 1,000. Okay, 10,000. For for all major, minor. Okay, these are the formulas of. Okay, so these are the formula for calculating price movements, okay, across the major, minor, and exotic forex pairs, excluding the JPY pairs. This formula is for all JPY pairs, and this formula is for all commodity pairs. All right. So now we're gonna do some real-time examples, okay, just to make sure that everything is on the track now. So let me share the screen now, and we're gonna complete these calculations. So when the price of GBP moves from 1.26300 to 1.26350, okay? So we need to find out how many pips, okay? How many pips have been covered, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move back to the whiteboard. So we're gonna move back to the whiteboard, and I'm gonna just, like enter the price, okay? This is the price of GBP USD. USD. Okay. So the price of GBP USD moves from 1.26300 to 1.26350. So we need to first figure out what is the final price and what is the initial price. So how are we going to do that? This one is the initial price. This one is the final price. Okay. That's it. So we're going to do this as initial price. Okay. And this going to be the final price. Okay, this is initial price, this is final price. Okay, so this is how we're gonna calculate. We can identify the final price and the initial price and the final price. So what we're gonna do, we need to deduct final price from the initial price. Okay, so we need to deduct the initial price from the final price and then multiply it by 10,000 because this is GBP USD. This is for all major, minor, and exotic forex pairs except JPY pairs. So GBP USD lie in this category. Okay, so we're gonna use this formula now. So okay, so very easy. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is 1.1.26300 or 350 minus 1.26300 equals to, okay, and whatever the answer is, we need to multiply it by 1,000, 10,000. Okay, and we will get our answer. Okay, so once we do this calculation and once we put this entire value into a calculator, we will get the following answer. Okay, so let me do it now. 1.26350 minus 1.26300. Okay, multiply by 1,000, 10,000, and this will give me an answer of 5 pips. And remember, the answer is positive. Okay, so because the answer is positive, okay, so what is the significance of positive sign or the negative sign? The positive sign means that the price, so what we can interpret the price has moved up by 5 pips or 50 points. That's it. The price has moved up by 5 pips, okay, or 50 points. And you know that 5 pips is equals to plus 50 points. All right. That's how we're going to calculate our figure. Okay. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. So now let's delete this and let's go for the next question now. Let's see what if we can figure out the next answer. All right. So you can see that the price increases by 5 pips or 50 points. So we were correct. Okay. Now we have to do the another case study. another scenario. We have to study the another scenario. Similarly, when the price of GBP US dollar moves from 1.26300 to 1.26250, we need to calculate the distance, okay, the price movement distance. So how are we going to do that? I will go back to the chart here, my whiteboard, and I'm going to paste my figure here, right? So this is for GBP USD. We already know that. So obviously, which formula will be applied? This formula will be applied because this is GBP USD, all right? Okay. So 1.26350. So first of all, the first step is to identify the final price and the initial price. So this is initial price, and this one is final price. Now, what's the formula? Final price minus initial price. So we're gonna just put the values now. Final price is 1.26250 minus 1.26300. Okay. And then we're gonna multiply it by 10,000. Okay. And let's see what answer do we get here. Okay. So we will get an answer of -5, -5. Okay. So -5 here means price moves down. The price Okay, so the negative, so when you see the negative answer means that the price is moving down, and the positive means the price is moving up. That's it. Okay, so this is what you're gonna do it, right? Now we will move on to the next case scenario. Okay, when the price of the USD JPY moves from 149.150 to 149.200, we need to calculate the distance in pips. Okay, so how we are gonna do that? We will go back to the chart here, to our whiteboard, and we're gonna just write down the price here. Okay, so let me remove everything now. Okay. And what this value is, this value corresponds to which exchange rate? USD JPY, okay, because this corresponds to this exchange rate. So which formula we're going to apply for all JPY pairs? Okay, this formula, so this formula will be applied. So what is the formula? Is very simple. Final price. So first of all, you need to identify the initial price and final price. Okay, this is initial price, and this is final price. Okay, so this is initial price and final price. So we have to we have to plug in these values into this formula, and we will get our answer. So how are we gonna do that? It's very simple. One final. So first of all, final price minus initial price. So 149.200 is the final price. We will deduct it from 149.150. Okay, and then we're gonna multiply it by 100. Okay, and the answer would be, we'll write down our answer now. So let me calculate 149.200 minus 149.150. Okay, multiply by 100. The answer is 5. So answer is +5. +5. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that price moved up by 5 pips or 50 points. Simple as that. So the price moved up by 5 pips or 50 points. All right. And now we're gonna go towards the next situation, okay, regarding this JPY pair, okay. So there's the next situation. Now the price has moved from 149.150 to 149.100. Okay, we need to calculate the pips. So how are we gonna do that? I will just share my blackboard now, sorry, whiteboard now, and I'm gonna just do it. Okay, and this price belongs to, uh, corresponds to USD JPY. All right. And since this price corresponds to USD JPY, so we will use this second formula because this is valid for all JPY pairs. So what we're gonna do, the formula, now we have to identify the initial price and final price. So this is initial price and this is final price. So let me use the word I for initial, okay, and F for final, okay. That's it, because it saves a bit of time. All right. So what are you gonna do? We're gonna plug in these values into this formula and get the answer. So how are we gonna plug in? First of all, final price, which is 149.100 minus initial price 149.150. Okay. And now we're gonna multiply it by 100. That's it. So multiply by 100, and what answer we will get, okay? The answer we will get is negative 5. So negative 5 here means the price has moved down by 5 pips or 50 points, because 5 pips is equivalent to 50 points. So we have completed the situation of JPY pairs as well. Now we're gonna look for the conditions of commodity pairs. Okay, when the price, uh, so when the price of XAU USD moves from 2023, now we have to calculate this one, 2023 to, so let me calculate it. Okay, so let me remove this. All right. So this is the price of, this price corresponds to XAU USD, which is a commodity pair. So XAU slash USD, since this price corresponds to the XAU USD, which is a commodity pair, we will use this formula. Okay, the final price minus initial price multiplied by 100. All right. So how are we going to do that? It's very simple. First of all, we need to identify the initial price and the final price. Okay, it's very simple. So let me write it down as I, which is initial, and F, which is final. So this is initial price and this is final price. So what you're gonna do now, we're gonna plug this value into this formula to get an answer. So that's very pretty simple here. And we're gonna do it. So final price, which is 2022.06 minus 2023.53. Okay. And we're gonna multiply it by 100. And let's see what answer do we get. 2022.06 minus 2023.53 multiplied by 100. So we get an answer of negative 147. Negative 147. So negative 147 means the price has moved I told you that the negative means that the price is moving down. Positive means the price is moving up. So the price has moved down by 147 pips or 1470 points. It's pretty much simple. Okay. Now we're gonna cover the last situation for this one. Okay. So we're gonna remove it. Okay. So our answer is our answer is negative 147 pips. So let's see if our answer also matches from the document. All right. So our answer, the price decreases by 147 pips. Yes, our answer was correct. Similarly, when the price of XEUSD move from this one to this one, right? Now we have to calculate our pips movement. So what we're gonna do, first of all, we're gonna okay. And now this corresponds to XAU XAU-USD, which means we're going to use this formula, which is a commodity pair. Okay. So now we're going to calculate the final price and the initial price. This is initial price. This is final price. So what we're going to do, we can write down here as initial. We can write down here as final. So the formula is final price minus initial price multiplied by 100, pretty much simple. So we're going to write down it. Okay. We're going to calculate it. So that would be 2023 0.34 minus 2022.67. Okay. And we're going to multiply it by 100. And let's see what answer do we get here. So 2022.34 minus 2022.67. And we're going to multiply it by 100. We got it. We get the answer of plus 67, which means that the price has moved up by 67 pips. Okay. Okay. Or 670 points. Okay. So this is the co conclusion we can draw. The price has moved by 67 pips or 670 points. Why the moved up? Why we say that the price has moved up? Because of the positive sign. When the sign was negative, then the price would move down. If the price is positive, then the price would move up. Okay. That's it. We have completed the episode number 7 as well. Okay. And now yeah, before completing the episode number 7, I just yeah, that's it, right? We have completed episode number 7. So these were the critical discussions related to pips and points and everything, right? Now, episode 8 would be easier comparatively. Okay. So these two episodes, episode number 6 and 7, they are very, very important. So you make sure you rewatch this video again and again in order to understand how to calculate pips, how to convert pips into points, and how to convert points into pips. So there is uh, a little bit of mathematical calculations are expected in the episode number 6 and 7. Okay, I hope to see you in the episode number 7. Okay, so sorry, in the episode number 8. All right, so that's it for now.